science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. Once again, welcome to Educator Forum, Faculty of Education, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. And for this agenda, we will have a fantastic programs with some sessions. The first one will be the opening speech from the Dean, and that will be followed by the main agenda, that is the presentations from both keynote speakers, Ibu Kesara, PhD, and Bapak Dr. Wahyudi. And there will be a discussions after that, and the last one will be the wrap up of the forum. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, so let's begin the agenda. And for the first sessions, that is the opening speech from the Dean of the Faculty of Education of UAD. Unfortunately, I'd like to inform to all of you here that our Dean, Bapak Sayuti, PhD, is unable to join us in person today as he is having an academic business abroad. So he is not able to be here among us together. But fortunately, he has already recorded an opening speech for us all today, and we are going to play it now. So, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen as we are going to hear the opening speech from the Dean of Faculty of Education, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi Bapak Ibu semua. Saya mohon maaf tidak bisa hadir pada acara Educator Forum yang ke-9 yang diselenggarakan oleh FKIP UAD karena barusan landing di Manila untuk menjajaki berbagai kerjasama antara FKIP UAD dengan beberapa kampus di Manila. Tentu kita sangat beruntung pagi ini, we are very fortunate because having two speaker, two expert in the area of STEM education from CMU organization. The first one is Dr. Kisera and the second one is Dr. Wahyudi. Both of them are very popular person, well known as the expert in the area of STEM teaching, not only in university level but also in other education level. So the discussion today, the Educator Forum today will improve, will increase our understanding about how to teach STEM in the university or in related education level. So enjoy the discussion and then hope the discussion bring fruitful result in improving our education STEM in university or in school. Thank you for attending the Educator Forum, and then please wait for another series of discussion in Educator Forum at FKIP UAD. Thank you, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Sayuti, as the Dean, PhD, as the Dean of Faculty of Education, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, for the inspiring words encouraging us all to actively support the STEM education movement. Yeah, and after the opening speech from the Dean, it's now the sessions for the main session. That is the presentations from keynote speakers, both Ibu Kesara, PhD, and Pak Dr. Wahyudi. Sorry for mispronouncing the names, Ibu Kesara, in case my pronouncing your names is not proper. Yeah, and the presentation will be then directly followed by the Q&A sessions. And for these sessions, Pak Irfan, PhD, will manage the sessions. So the floor is yours, Pak Irfan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sophie. And Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh la nabiyya ba'dah. So thank you very much for attending the 9th Educator Forum with the theme Introduction to STEM Education for University Lecturer. And we are so privileged here. We have our esteemed speakers, Dr. Kesara and Dr. Wahyudi. And before going into their presentations regarding this STEM education, I would like to also mention our guests, our esteemed guests from CMU STEM Ed. There is also Dr. Burin, and then Dr. Haniza, and also our esteemed guest from UIN Raden Fatah. I believe some of you know where UIN Raden Fatah is, in Palembang, so the city of Mpempe. Right. So there is Mr. Pandu and Bapak Ismail. Thank you very much for attending our seminar today. So this is the series. So you can imagine this is the 9th series. So hopefully it will be always be consistently held monthly. And the event is actually for the, as the name says, it's for the educator. So it's for our, especially for the lecturers, and how we can improve, extend our knowledge, especially in the education field. Without further ado, allow me to introduce our speakers in detail. So the first one is Dr. Kesara. So if you could please display their CV, please. So Dr. Kesara has a long experience in the education sector. Since 2005, she has used her 14-year private sector and entrepreneurship experience to successfully organize and manage large-scale education projects in Southeast Asia, so not only in Thailand. So she's from Thailand, but she has been all over the world, especially in the field of education. And she received her PhD in the Development Administration from the Graduate School of Public Administration, the National Institute of Development Administration in Thailand. And since 2019, she has joined the CMU STEM Ed as Program Director in a Regional Research and Capacity Building Center of Excellence for STEM Education in Southeast Asia. From 2015 to early 2023, Dr. Amon Frutiforn has led Chevron Enjoy Science, an 8-year, $35 million project. Wow, that's a huge amount of money. But when it comes to education, I think there is no limit, because we always need to invest our resources in education, because that's how we improve our quality of life for our generation and our future generations as well. And currently, with continued support from the Chevron Corporation, she leads the Southeast Asia Teacher Education Program, the CTEP, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, STEM Association, in service institutions in Cambodia, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, and Thailand. So this is also a part of our strong collaboration between UAD and also the CMU STEM Ed, and also with other universities as well. So there are representatives from UIN Raden Fatah and also from UNS, but the delegates just left yesterday. But we will be joining them in UNS this afternoon. And for our second speakers, Dr. Wahyudi. As the name mentioned, I know that you will be aware Dr. Wahyudi is made in Yogyakarta. Is that right? No, I mean, not made in Yogyakarta. Pak Wahyudi is from Clayton. He's from Clayton, but he lives in Yogyakarta now. And he's currently the director of CMU Siamolek Jakarta. Previously, he served as Deputy Director for Program and Development at CMU Secretariat Bangkok from 2019 to 2022. He was also appointed as the Director of CMU KITEP in Mathematics from 2017 to April 2017. So he has also have long experiences in the area of education, especially in the CMU. So he obtained his PhD in Curtin University of Technology, Perth in Australia in 2004, and his research field concerned with the classroom learning environment in science and mathematics classroom action research, as well as the lesson study. And just for your information, yesterday we just have visited our partner schools, which is the Muhammadiyah boarding school in Pleret. We observed the program of STEM learning in the school. So they have the open class and we were the observers. Right, so Bapak Ibu yang saya hormati, without further ado, we will give the first speech to Dr. Kesara. Time is yours. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum. It's a great pleasure to be here with you, with the management, the faculty members of UAD. And I would like to also express my sincere appreciation for Dr. Wahyudi, who has helped us in the coordinating the efforts with the universities and the Ministry of Education. So, and to be here with many faculty members from different disciplines, I think it's a good way, good chance to talk about the STEM education, right? So, may I stand because I like to avoid the air, and my apology for the voice that not 100%, but I have 100% heart. Yeah, really would like to exchange with you about why we need the STEM education. And I think I use this picture, this photo, because I want to address that there are many pressing problems around the world. And I think it's getting more and more serious, right? Climate change, right? That we've seen a lot from the floods, the pandemics, the disease, right? And in our region in Southeast Asia, we still have abundant of resource. I mean, natural resource that we need to protect and preserve, right? How education can help instill the global citizenships, the community citizenships in our young people. When I visited the museum yesterday, I've heard the words from Quran, right, from your leaders, that how we can make sure that the capitalism that happening around the world will not demotivate or affect our way of life, right? I think science can help. Science can be part of their daily life, right? That well integrated with living in alignment with the Quran. And yesterday when the teacher linked the science teaching with the principle of Quran, that why we need to learn about water quality using science. I think the awareness of the natural resource to protect the natural environment is very important, and you can introduce through multidisciplinary approach. I'm glad that today not just only science faculty members are here, but social studies as well, because if we are mentioning about water quality in our neighborhood, I don't think that it's only science. When coming to problems, we cannot say that, oh, this is only science problem. Problem is a problem that can relate to communities, can relate to history, right? So when we introduce STEM education, I think problem-based learning is the key, and how we can help our young people to learn that actually when they are solving the problem, it's not just only science or math, but actually it's multidisciplinary approach that they need to learn and apply to solve one problem. And when STEM education has been emerging, I think it's it's a good opportunity that we together, not just only science or math teachers or faculty members, can unite our efforts to help our students learn how to tackle problems that are multidisciplinary. Next slide, please. In this program, CTEP, we introduced this framework of learning units. Why we introduced this? Because we think that it's quite progressive in a way that when we think about the framework of a good learning unit has to be based on the first one, that it multidisciplinary core ideas that we have to think about, that physical science, life science, engineering, technology, and application of science. And there are the ways that we introduced in terms of how students think about critical thinking, in what way that they can see the pattern of the problems. They can observe and analyze the cause and effects of any phenomena, like why the water quality is bad in one neighborhood. So they can analyze cause and effect, right? And in terms of the scientific and engineering practices, yes, sometimes students can create a model invention to solve the problem. But in some classroom, maybe engineering practice can be modeling their concept, right? So modeling that what is the cause and effects of one phenomena, and they can put in diagram, in pencil and paper diagram, or they can use the application. There is application, modeling application available right now, and we introduce to the faculties that how to introduce it. So this is based on the next generation science standards in the US, and the learning units that we introduce are based on the three-dimensional learning that we think is the very progressive and help us connect different disciplines through scientific and engineering practices. Next slide, please. Yesterday, a teacher introduced the lesson related to water quality, as Dr. Elfan mentioned. So if you see that in the middle column, the disciplinary core ideas of water quality does not limit to only science. There is topic about ecosystems, the energies and dynamics, the patterns related to that, earth and human activity. So it's social science, right? So I think that when we introduced the problem or phenomena, picking the unit, the topic is very important. And if we together, science, social studies, math, work together, that how our novice teacher, the pre-service teacher, can deliver this unit together, not alone, right? I think it will be a big move, a big change that cross-subject teachers can work together. Because when I go to schools, they work in silo, right? The math and science, the social studies, it's very difficult for them to work together. But if they start working together in pre-service programs, I think they can see that actually when they deliver a lesson in schools, they also can work together with cross-subject teachers in a problem-based learning in which the nature of the problem does not limit to single subject. And I think this is a very key, the center of the point that STEM education, we want to say actually not just only science, math, engineering, technology, but social study and many more. But we don't need to, because the nature of problem does not limit to only 4 subjects, right? You don't need to be to include the creativity, the art, because actually the nature of how students learn or solve the problem. When we face any problem, we don't think, oh, do I have to apply math now or science, right? It's automatic that we are able to apply some knowledge to solve one problem without really isolating that this is math or science or engineering. But if we can build that skills, problem solving, but embed all these skills for our students, they'll be able to improve their livelihoods in the future. Next slide, please. So this is some of the competencies roadmap that when we think about explanation, I pick up the one competency related to explanation. We would like to instill these competencies from K2 up to high school, that students have to be able to progress in using data, right? And be able to analyze the evidence and be able to create the model to explain what happened in the phenomena. And this actually is the kind of competencies that you will see in PISA. If you go to look at the PISA test, constructing a model, analyze the evidence, those are the competencies expected by international standards like PISA. Next slide, please. So, how about teacher education? What do we need to know about some assumptions? The principles of teacher education. I think there are many misconceptions that, oh, this teacher born to be a teacher. Actually, teaching is a learnable profession. You agree, right? Because teaching can be practiced and become good and better over time because they can practice. Our novice teacher can practice to be better and better every day, like the doctor, right? Doctor is practitioner, so is a teacher. So if we think about that, that means teaching can be learned. That means how in the 4 years of our teacher education, we can help prepare our teachers to be better before they go to schools. So second principle is that students, the teacher, pre-service teachers, the novice teacher, when they enter the university, they carry with them with experience about how they were taught, right? So when they were young, they might have been taught by lectures without much engagement, right? In teacher education, how you can create a new image that what a good teaching look like. Because in their 12 years of basic education, they might have been taught in a traditional approach, lecture-based, less discussion in a classroom. But for a new teacher that you want to groom them, how you can create a new image of a classroom that if you like them to be able to engage students in discussions, you might have to help them build a new image of the classroom. And that's why I will go to the next slide, that practice-based education will help you to introduce that what a good classroom look like, maybe through a video, a good video of a classroom that you help our novice teachers see that, oh, this is how a good classroom look like, and how they can have a new image of the classroom. The third one, science culture can be nurtured in the classroom, in which students can have an opportunity to be able to discuss, right? And I think when we talk about science, science means that we have rationality, right? I also learned yesterday from visiting the museum that in Quran that superstition is not encouraged. Rational thinking is what we would like to see from our people. So critical thinking can be instilled through discussion in a classroom. That what evidence that you collect and would like to make a claim that this is what you believe because you have data to prove it. So claim evident reasoning is also one practice that we introduce to help build the science culture in the classroom. The next one, every child, regardless of their background, can excel. I've heard a lot from many classrooms in Thailand and sometimes in other countries. Sometimes teachers makes an excuse that, oh, they come from a very rural area, these students. They cannot excel, they cannot shine. But actually, if we have a belief that every single child can excel, can perform, can outperform, right? So wherever they are in a remote island or in big cities like Jakarta or Jakarta, they can excel and learn better, right? So if we have that kind of belief, that means every child we can do everything to help them grow intellectually. The last one, coaching. In pre-service program, coaching plays very important role in helping novice teacher improve. And they say that coaching have to happen right away, that after one deliver a practice, for example, like yesterday we have lesson study, like a teacher after the delivery of the classroom, we have a reflection. I think the reflection right away after the teaching is very powerful, and ongoing coaching will help teachers improve their teaching practice. Next slide, please. So teaching core practices that I'm going to introduce you with 3 slides very briefly. We learned from Grossman, Professor Grossman from UPenn, and another 2 scholars who introduced these core teaching practices in universities, because in the US they face problems that the pre-service program are heavily focused in theories but less in practice. So they introduce these core teaching practices, and if you search from Google, you will see the name Professor Pam Grossman in many books related to practice-based that are not related to just only STEM. Next slide, please. They say that to embed or introduce core teaching practice, you showing but not telling. For example, you show the video but not tell the teaching students that this is what you should do. But by showing, demonstrating, or show the video, good video of a classroom will help students learn. So you make some complex practice like teaching, break it down into simple steps and have teaching students learn each step, try out and not listening. So teaching students will have more opportunities to try out, like demonstration or mini lesson demonstration with the feedback from the supervising faculty members. Next slide, please. The teaching framework of teaching practices, they start from representing. Like they will have multiple examples. Maybe the faculty member demonstrate to the teaching student how to deliver a teaching. Sometimes they show a video, good video of a classroom, and they unpack all the steps. For example, if they show a video of a classroom for maybe 20 minutes, they will unpack, decompose, break down all the steps, that what questions that teacher in the video use, right? How they can engage students in the discussions. They will try to help teacher, student break up all the steps. And then they will have the student create a mini lesson by simulating similar pattern. And then after they show or demonstrate a mini lesson, there will be a feedback and then the recomposition finally. The next slide, please. For example, this is in the table to help students have a talk or discussions, right? There might be practice about pressing some questions like, what do you mean by? So that student can elaborate, right? Or you might say that, oh, what did you say about that? What do you mean? Can you tell more, right? So pressing is help students try to elaborate what they want to say. Or revoicing, so that you might say that, okay, is that what you try to say? So teacher will try to revert the answer, the response of a student, revert in a new way so that other students can learn from, right? The next one is connecting. How we can connect the ideas of the one student to another. In yesterday class, when one group showed the result of the water quality, teacher might say that, what do you think? Why your result different from that group? So connecting the result of this group with the other group, or connecting what they think of the answer with their personal experience, also called connecting. So these are some practices that in teacher education, based on teacher-based education, they try to break up all the steps and have the teaching student try out these questions or these practices in a mini lesson. Next slide, please. So modeling. The faculty member here, right, they model the lesson so that the teaching student can learn from, right? Or sometimes they analyze the video, and so they have students analyze that what pattern or process that they saw from the video, and then they have to note it down, right? So that they can learn that why that teachers make that kind of move or practice. Next slide, please. So they try to integrate these core practice throughout the pre-service program curriculum. So they try to make sure that in the curricula of the pre-service program, the explicit instruction is there. Teaching student can, if they want to be able to help teaching student facilitate discussion practice will be one of the topic. Based on our experience, when we deal with even with the Thai universities, sometimes the Thai faculty member introduce, for example, project-based learning in one semester. Actually, project-based learning is big topic, but if you go for practice-based, you might reduce only to student discussions. One topic, maybe it take about one semester. Only study about student discussions. So practice-based teacher education emphasize in the practice that help our students, teaching students learn about certain practices. Next, please. And so how, when you assess the teaching student about, for example, facilitating discussion, you break up that launching the discussion, eliciting student thinking, responding to student thinking, and connecting student ideas to the learning goals. And then you create a rubric if teaching students are able to demonstrate or enact this practice well or not, right? So the rubric also will help. Yeah. So I like to end my presentation and my talk, yeah, by saying that I think a learning, a child learning, I think it's the way that they can link what they have in their personal experience. Water quality yesterday is a good sample that how they can link that if they learn science, they are able to know the quality of the water in their communities and how, right? So the knowledge that they learn in the classroom can help them determine the quality of the water, and so that they know that in their communities there might be a lot of problems that maybe they can take some actions, right? And I believe that global citizenship, community citizenship, and living in harmony with nature is our philosophy in the East. So if we are able to help our young people be able to apply the science and achieve this goal, the natural resources still be preserved for the younger generation in the future. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kesara, for the detailed and really interesting explanation about, I think as a teacher, as an educator, is really good for us to always extend our knowledge. And as she mentioned before, that everyone has the potential to learn, to teach, and to excel. Right, so due to time constraint, I think, can we move to Dr. Wahyudi? before before we open Q&A session. So for the second presenter, Dr. Wahidi, time is yours.
Thank you so much, Bapak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dr. Iksar also can convey the salam very properly. So she is fast learner. And if Bapak notice, Dr. Iksara quote the Quran because we visited the museum yesterday using AI. Okay, and it is true. This is like Muhammadiyah Credos, TBC, apa? Tahayul, bid'ah dan kurafat. So superstition is passed up Devan. Jadi she said science discourages superstitions. So Islam is very, like aligned with science or vice versa. Okay. Yeah. Alhamdulillah wa syukurillah asyhadu alla ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma shalli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Bapak Ibu, are you okay or KO? Nun sewu. So Bapak Ibu, we are in the Faculty of Teacher and Teacher Trainings, FKIP, okay? But your prodi is not mathematics and science, alright? Okay, that's why we are here, because we want to introduce STEM education to you. What is STEM? We don't need STEM. Do you need STEM? Whether you don't need or you don't, you will be used STEM, believe me, right? Okay, that's why we are here. Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Kesara. Queen Sarah, what will be? That's the name, okay. So, Bapak Ibu, actually I have the slide, Bapak. But I don't want to share. No, because I just created the slide now using AI. Okay, Bapak Ibu, coincidentally, this is the 9 forum. Number 9 is number? Lucky number. Why? There's superstition. No. Okay, I just asked to ChatGPT. Good morning. Could you please tell me about the 9 number as from the many cultural backgrounds? Indeed. From the Hokkien, yes, this is like the lucky number, you're right. So in the hotel, there is no 4 number. Number 4, no. 9 is like, okay. Hopefully, according to this, like the prosperity. The 9 number is like the initiations. That's why we are here, to initiate our collaborations. Okay, Dr. Sophie, thank you so much for the very nice. Amin. No, you are not Amin. You are a woman. All right, Bapak Ibu. Okay, before you have question to her, I have question to you. What do we learn from Dr. Kesara? Ta-da! Because by the way, I'm Wahyudi, in Hokkien meanings everywhere, like UAD, ada di mana-mana. Okay, nah, namanya Wahyudi itu ada di mana-mana. UAD, Universitas, ada di mana-mana. Right? Okay. My background is a teacher. I used to be applied to Faculty of Education, FKIP, di gedung sana, tapi ditolak. Tapi saya nggak putus asa. Akhirnya saya tiba di sini juga, walaupun nggak sebagai lecturer. Alright, Bapak Ibu. STEM, okay. So actually, the nature of whether mathematics or science or non-mathematical science, as Bapak Ibu, maybe you teach English, Bu Sophie, or maybe you teach management or accountants or what else? Civic education, still. Because in our STEM, Dr. Kesari, remember, we have like CER, claim, evidence, and reasonings. Not only in STEM, but also in all subjects. Even when, for example, for civic education, yeah, or sociology. Okay. Which one do you prefer? Do you want to practice sociology or civic education? Because as Dr. Sarah say, good teaching, so not telling, right? Correct, Dr. Sarah? What else? Number 2? Ya, ngantuk semua tadi, kemenyak semuanya. Ya. One, so, not just tell story. Number two, practice. Yeah, try out. What is number three, Dr. Sarah? What is number three? Nomor ketiga tadi apa, Pak? Apa? Key core component of teaching, right? At least I already did two. What is the last three? Pak Sakil, nggak nyimak. Kita tanya yang apa? Slide. Alright, anyway. Bapak Ibu. Oh, sorry, okay. Oh, is it online? Yes. Okay. By the way, even at the beginning, we use STEM already, technology. So that, you know, the Dean of FKIP can join, you know, so humble, so relaxed, okay, yeah. And Bapak Ibu, I ever met him at the airport, sedang masuk angin, lesu, pucat sekali gitu. Kemudian, kalau Bapak lihat, kemudian saya pegang tangannya, saya pijit, betul beli masuk angin. Saya sempat micit sekitar 10 menit, langsung seger. Mau dilanjutkan Pak, 300.000. Jadi Bapak Ibu kalau kemana-mana harus sehat syaratnya. Okay. So, yang pertama tadi, so, don't tell. Yo, tell tetap perlu, okay? Tapi please, combination. Secondly, try out, if possible. Jangan sekedar teori. Dr. Kisara mentioned already, we are not only in US, Dr. Kisara, I'm not sure if that our PPG, too heavy on theoretical, less practices, isn't it? So, I'm not sure Bapak Ibu, because we will use the classroom practice, right? Micro teaching kemudian praktek di lapangan. Well, we do that one Dr. Kisara. Okay. Aduh, I'm old already. Sometimes you like a blank spot. What do I want to say? Coffee break? Ada nggak coffee break Mas Iman? No, just I do in purpose. Bapak Ibu, actually STEM we try to engage our teacher student to be teachers. Well, anyway, you are lecturers. The name just the name, but the function same. Transfer or facilitate the learners to become a good one, right? Okay, sama-sama dosen. Kerjaan saat dos, gaji saat sen. Itu dulu, ya. Sekarang alhamdulillah Bapak Ibu sudah sejahtera semuanya lahir batin. Nah, berkaitan dengan lahir batin, what is the key elements to become inspiring teacher, inspiring lecturers? Mas Irfan, also to you. 2 elements. I give a clue. S and I. Nanti waktu saya habis nanti ya. Baik, Bapak Ibu biasanya guru itu nggak sabar nggih. Saya juga ingin mencontohkan saya guru nggak sabar. Kayak gitu nggak tahu. 1, sabar. 2, ikhlas. Betul? Ya, kalau Bapak punya 2 elemen ini, insya Allah Bapak Ibu akan bahagia mengajar. Kemudian menurunkan kepada mahasiswanya menjadi guru yang bahagia dan sabar juga begitu. Even during the teachings, I ever boleh tanya nggih, jujur nggih. Menurut Bapak Ibu, Dr. Kisara bagaimana? Cantik jelas. Yang S ada nggak yang S? Beliau S nggak beliau? Bapak, Bu Kisara S mboten? Sabar. Yes, oke. Okay. Ikhlas mboten? Ikhlas. Beliau itu sebenarnya agak sakit loh Pak. Saya tawarin tukang bisa nggak mau. So, well, to be honest, I do enjoy Dr. Kisara. I learn a lot. Dr. Kisara 20 minutes is equal to 2 SKS. Saya banyak belajar dari beliau. Saya karena terus terang ya Pak Ibu masuk kamera tuh Mas. Lo mengikuti saya dia. Baik. 2 elements to become a good teachers, right? Sabar dan ikhlas, whatsoever. Masalah pengetahuan about this can, as Dr. Kisara mentioned, also this teaching skill can be learned, right? Apa tadi mas bahasa Inggrisnya? Teacher as practitioners, learnable, can be, and it is about the time function. The more we teach, the better we are, right? Jadi Bapak Ibu harus rajin mengajar, jangan asal ngasih tugas saja. Itu dulu, saya dulu sering dulu waktu kuliah, dosennya nggak ada, tapi tugasnya datang terus gitu. Tahu-tahu muncul nilai A, B, dan E begitu. Tapi saya kira UAD nggak ada itu, insya Allah gitu. Oke. Masih berapa menit Mas Iwan? 5 menit. Loh, guru yang bagus seperti itu Bapak Ibu jangan mengurangi hak Bapak Ibu sekalian untuk bertanya nanti. Alright. So, Bapak Ibu to wrap up. Jadi Bapak pengenalan kami di sini tadi nggih. Why we are here. So thanks to Dr. Kisara, because of her channel we are able to connect to this program. Bapak Ibu, this program actually not only with OAD but nationally with also UNS. Unfortunately, they are not here today. They were here yesterday. We have Mas Pandu, Pak Ismail, Muhammad Ismail Solihin. Besar-besar Pak. Jadi di Palembang itu makmur. And then we have UAD, right? Kemudian untuk tingkat regional, program ini berhubungan dengan 4 negara yang lain. Thailand, Kazakhstan, Kazakhstan di Asia Tengah, yang PI-nya cantik-cantik, ganteng-ganteng, gitu, Mudah-mudahan nanti UAD segera bisa connect ke sana, Kemudian satu persatu Bapak Ibu bisa tindak ke sana untuk musafir, rilah, muhibah, titian muhibah, gitu, Dan seterusnya kemudian. Dan mudah-mudahan Bapak Ibu, please don't think rezeki itu hanya masalah uang, tapi lebih pada network, persaudaraan, kemudian kolaborasi. Alright. To close up, Bapak Ibu, jadi nanti kami mohon pamit, tapi bukan perpisahan, melainkan kelanjutan berikutnya. So, if your program would like to invite us, kemudian untuk minta semacam, Pak, saya juga ingin terlibat, please do so. Sebab STEM ini bukannya untuk matematika sebenarnya. Kalau Bapak Ibu lihat, dulu awalnya saya itu Mas Irfan, saya minta 5 menit lagi. Awalnya saya nggak, ini STEM apa sih? Karena selama ini Bapak Ibu kita dibombardir dengan STEM yang hulu, STEM yang kekinian, yang ujungnya pada bagaimana memanfaatkan teknologi untuk mengatasi permasalahan sehari-hari. Betul? Itu namanya pelajaran PKK, keterampilan, bukan STEM. STEM di sini adalah bagaimana engage student untuk menjadi pembelajar yang aktif berpikir, tidak yang pasif, risiko, gitu. Jadi, as Dr. Kisarek mention, kami kemarin Bapak Ibu mengamati tidak ada yang sempurna dalam pembelajaran, pasti akan ada terulang terus begitu. Jadi kemarin kita lihat bagaimana student itu dengan teman-teman komunikasinya kan terbuka enak. Kok seperti ini sih? Itu yang kita inginkan. Jangan mahasiswa duduk aja termenung, nanti toh bisa baca. Nantinya kalau dibaca, kalau enggak, bagaimana, how can we engage during the classroom, itu benar-benar sesuatu yang saat-saat yang penuh barokah, bertukar pikiran, tanya, konfirmasi, dan seterusnya. Right, now I would like to hit this one with the last modeling. Ingat, tadi ada modeling Ada yang sosiologi? Sosiologi nggak ada? Bapak, no, Bapak?
Saya pendidikan bahasa Indonesia.
Oke, sastra, baik. Bapak, manajemen pendidikan. Wah, manajemen itu bagus juga ya. Kan how to manage family. Yang sosiologi apa, Mas? Pancasila. Oh. PPKN, civic education. Aku nggak menyentuh itu. Takut sama Jokowi. Panjenengan, Mas? Bimbingan coaching, good, right. Mas, sampun menikah? Cincinnya di mana cincinnya? Good, thank you. Alright, modeling. Please, let's close our session, Bun. Baru menikah sekali, pengantin baru. Good, alright. Bapak Ibu, please raise your hand. Tada. Ini awal kolaborasi kita, oke? Yeah. Bapak, Mas, menikah itu apa, Mas? Baik, Mas, sebelum menikah jenengan dengan calonnya bagaimana? Konsep apa tuh konsesinya? Sewaktu mau menikah itu apa? Perjanjian dengan calon istri dulu gimana? Good. Baik. Sebelum menikah kan biasa dulu sebelumnya pasti ada perang ya. Kenapa? Karena egonya sama-sama dengan baik. Untuk menikah ego harus ditekuk. Dan menikah itu terjadi kalau ada dua keluarga yang bersatu, nggak mungkin satu aja. Bingung kan dia kan? Nah, ini satu keluarga, keluarga Mas, ini keluarga calon istri. Egonya mana Mas egonya Mas? Kira-kira mana yang paling tinggi di jari ini? Tengah, ini kita tekuk. Jadi untuk pernikahan yang bagus, ego kedua keluarga harus ditekuk. Sama untuk kolaborasi UAD dengan STEM Ed juga harus saling menghormati, right? Now, menikah terjadi kalau jadi satu. Kalau terpisah namanya LDR, nggak menikah itu. Oke, good, put it together, right? Nah, Mas, Mbak, Bapak Ibu sekalian, keluarga itu ada ayah ibu, ada adik kakak, ada anak cucu, dan ada tentu saja suami istri. Alright, now let's move your thumb. Dem. Mudah nggih? Itu seperti Bapak Ibu kita. Cepat lambat kita tinggalkan Bapak Ibu. Saya punya istri, suami. Oke. Jari telunjuk. Ding. Mudah digerakkan? Itulah kakak adik kita, our sibling. Jauh dikangeni, dekat tendang, betul? Dikelahi ini terus gitu, right? Yang terakhir nih, yang terakhir. Jari jendek, kecil-kecil. Dem. Mudah sekali kan? Itu adalah anak-anak kita. Ini saya sekarang tinggal bersama ibunya, udah pergi anak itu. Yang terakhir, jari manis tempat cincin kita. Can you move it? Ya. Good. Oke, silakan sudah sama. Itulah kenapa Mas cincin kawin jenengan taruh di jari manis. Alright, that's the model of marriage. Itu model daripada pernikahan. Nanti Bapak Ibu yang manajemen monggo silahkan dibuat semacam ini, nggih. Ya. Are you okay? Are you happy? Nah, Bapak Ibu mohon izin nggih. Nanti kalau membuka kelas Bapak Ibu, please ask them, are you happy? Sebagai guru yang baik, Bapak Ibu akan spot mana yang punya masalah, entah masalah keuangan, entah masalah cinta. Ya, gitu. Jadi baik gitu. Alright, so back to the same Bapak Ibu, itulah fungsi daripada kita adalah bagaimana kita kerjasama untuk memperbaiki. Satu lagi Bapak Ibu, kita biasanya nggak sabar menanti jawaban siswa, betul? Yaitu please be SNI, sabar dan ikhlas dalam. Mohon maaf kalau banyak kekurangannya. Please feel free, as Dr. Misara mention, we are open for collaboration, ya, mulai dari nanti penulisan bersama, riset maupun dan lainnya. Dan kita ikhlas untuk menjadi observer di kelas Bapak Ibu sekalian. Terima kasih, mohon maaf kami kembalikan. Maaf Mas, lebih dari 5 menit. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wahyu, for the very inspiring talk about how to be inspired lecturers. So I think we are all inspired now, right? So because we still have some time, maybe in the next 2 hours, Pak Wahyudi? No, maybe in the next 10 minutes, yeah, hopefully. If you still have time, please, we would like to get 2 persons maybe who would like to ask questions for this term. Anyone? You can just, yes, okay. So this is our Mas Akil from the Siamolek. Monggo Mas Akil.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ini Indonesia apa Inggris ya? Inggris ya. So thank you Dr. Kesara and Dr. Wahyudi for the inspiring presentations. My question is regarding to the methods that introduced by Dr. Kesara. I learned that the teacher play a big role in regard to the class activities. And then for Dr. Kesara, how important for the teacher using the appraisal inquiry regarding to the methods? Because from the things I learned from the presentation of Dr. Wahyudi, some teachers are pointing out the tasks and things for students to get a high grades, but they are forgot the appreciative inquiry to analyze the strength of the students. What is your opinion regarding to the importance of the appreciative inquiry regarding to the methods that you have been introduced before? Thank you.
All right. So
I think inquiry is a very important process to help students make sense, right, of any phenomena, right? And then the claim evident reasoning help them draw a conclusion with the with their understanding. Inquiry, I think, is a first process that they have to go through. Understanding, make sense, right? That why things happen this way, right? And then they have to connect all the data and then draw a conclusion. So it's very important. We cannot we cannot ignore that inquiry process is very important. Sometimes teachers, I think, first thing, they lack confidence because it's a new process for them. So that's why I think the support from maybe from faculty members, if they are still in universities, is very important to help them master that skills, right? Secondly, sometimes when they are in schools, other teachers do not use that kind of method, and sometimes they feel that they are strange. So school environment is very important to support teachers to master new approach, right, to help students learn. Yeah. So that would be my response, yeah, to your remarks.
just your follow-up question.
It is another follow-up questions. When you say that appreciative inquiry is very important for the class activity, and then how teacher can improve the skill, is there any tips or tricks regarding to that? Is there any tips and to increase the appreciative inquiry skills? Is there any advice? Thank you.
In my view, to be good at inquiry process, I think if you have a good learning unit, that is one factor, because because teacher can be trained, right? Teaching can be trained. If you have a good learning unit, good teacher guides, right? Like now we have a very good teacher guide, and then if new teacher try to practice all the steps, right? And then with the feedback from the experienced teacher or from the faculty members, I think they can learn to teach better. So my tip is that they must have a good teacher guide first. Good teacher guides help them lead them that what kind of questions that they need to ask. Yesterday, the teacher who practice the teaching, right? They have a good teacher guide from water quality, good lesson plan, right? I think that is a key, and professional development. They receive good quality professional development from UAD, right? And then with the feedback, and then they will continue to improve their practice. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. So one more questions, please. From Dr. Aditya. He's also from New Zealand.
Thank you very much. Okay, just another follow-up question, Bapak and Ibu Kesara, Bapak Wahyuti and Ibu Kesara. We know that STEM education is gaining a significant attention globally, including in Indonesia, and in a university context, it may present a kind of unique challenges and also opportunities. And I just would like to know how can we, university lecturers, integrate this STEM education in our existing curricula, okay, without overwhelming students who might not have a kind of foundational skills in these areas. Thank you.
And your question is addressed to Dr. Sarah or Dr. Widi? Or both? Okay. Which one?
Okay, so yes, I agree that we need to take into consideration the foundational knowledge, right, of the kids. What I saw and observed in teacher aid programs, sometimes we introduce a lot of content, a lot, right? For example, you have science department offer a course related to science, but those contents are usually for university level, not K-12 level. So if you can introduce the content together with the pedagogies at the same time, like for example, if you introduce the water quality and you introduce students to learn about the property of matters, right? How to test the pH level. So you introduce the unit at the same time of introducing the content knowledge, pedagogies integrated together. And if you have the cross-subject faculty members that can contribute in ecology, in social studies, I think that will not be overwhelmed. Because now actually faculty member work in silo, isn't it? If we can take this opportunity to work together as a team and looking at the unit together, that what kind of content knowledge that we introduce in this unit, and then we have students learn together at the same time as pedagogies, I think you have more time left, right, to reorganize the way that the instruction is introduced. That would be my response. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe additional answer? Yes.
Thank you, Bapak siapa Mas? Pak Adit. Pak Adit. Okay, Pak Adit. Thank you, Dr. Sarah, for providing the enlightenments. Bapak, from my personal observation, yeah, I agree with you that if we put like this happened already during my time as teacher. When the new things coming, you know, like oh my goodness, we need to learn from the beginning again, right? So my suggestion, my humble suggestion, that you know, like when say STEM as it is, expressive STEM, and focusing on the you know, like research, pure research, and so on. That's for the pure science. But for educations, but STEM educations, as Dr. Kisara mentioned, the key is do not do in silo, the collaborations. But Dr. Kisara, it is also it is not easy either to collaborate, because you know, like as I mentioned before, ego, please, we have to you know like open-minded and take break on our ego, right? Okay. So that in faculty, in the program study, if we have like a very good ecosystem in which, you know, like among the lecturers, they have the same vision and so on, will be very easy. And I think to tackle that once, so that easy for everyone, as UNS, I already start, right, with the Learning STEM Center, okay? Yeah. So, Bapak, again, back to Pak Mas Akil question, I think that's like a good start. If we collaborative can produce a good learning unit, so that you know, like everyone can use, can modify, will be very, very great opportunity to embark on that STEM journey. Okay. And again, back again to the very basic, inshallah, NSC, niat, sabar, ikhlas, will be, no, please, once you have it, will very happily enjoy our, yeah. Bapak Ibu, saya itu sudah hampir 60 tapi kelihatan 50 ya. Karena saya itu cuti tiap hari. I take leave every day, Dr. Kisara. Ya, take leave from problem. enjoy. Try to the best way. Tadi udah diomeli istri di rumah, tenang aja. Udah ya, semoga barokah, amin. Itu habis ngomel itu Pak. Ngomelnya bagus. My wife actually, ya saya kan mau ikut ke Solo gitu. Rencana ikut ke Solo Bapak, karena sudah 2 bulan saya tinggal. Gitu. Ternyata kami harus ke Solo dengan. So Bapak kembali ke tadi Bapak, so Pak Adit, I know, and that sometimes Bapak I get feeling as well. Wah, udah pulang dari belajar, pengennya sampai di tempat kerja, no support from the, but now Bapak ada the holistic approach for any movement, not only in the target but also in the supporting, like the faculty, the leadership should be like a solid ecosystem. Ngaten di Bapak nggih? Ya. Saya kembalikan ke Mas Irfan. Terima kasih. Mohon maaf kalau tidak bisa menjelaskan.
Thank you very much. So I think it's been 9:30 now. So I think it's enough for us. But if you still have anything to ask, anything to discuss, we will be gladly. You can do it online. You can send your question to us, and we will pass it on to the speakers. Right. So Bapak Ibu, thank you very much for attending our event this morning, and hopefully it would be useful for us. It will be implemented in our life as a teacher, life as an educator, and I would like to close our session by saying Hamdalah, Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thanks again, and I will be putting back to the MC.
Thank you, Pak Irfan, for managing the sessions. Bapak Ibu, as we come to the close of today's seminar, today's meeting, today's forum, I'd like once again to thank both Ibu Kasara and Bapak Wahyudi for their time, invaluable time, and contributions and insights. Thank you very much. And also, I would like to thank the audience for the questions, thoughtful questions, and active participations. Thank you once again. And as Pak Wahyu mentioned previously, that the discussion today is only the beginning. Yeah. So let's continue support the STEM movement. So that we are able to build one team to support and advance the movement of STEM education. Yeah. And before we conclude, I'd like to remind you all, Bapak Ibu, the audience, that there will be more discussions and also sessions from Educator Forum. Please look forward to them. Don't forget to join us, and let's broaden our horizons in academic journey together. Yeah. So Bapak Ibu, as for the closing remarks, I am thanking you all once again for being here today, and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.